Ahoy, shipmates! Got some lovely conditions in port here today, shipmates. In fact, I've been trying to do a few things, and there's just been an almighty crack of thunder where I am at the moment. I must say, I had my headphones on and I wasn't really paying attention, and it did make me jump. It must have gone off quite literally overhead. Yeah, okay. It's a very odd weather day today. Had quite a lot of... you can see here, got a good shot here. You can see the clouds in the distance rushing over the Isle of Wight, and probably that's heavy rain. There's been massive patches of heavy rain, and then some sun, then heavy rain. So one of those days. Forecast is for thunder and lightning, and just before I went live, there was some thunder. I think the weather forecasting chaps have got that right as well. Just setting up a few things. Let's have a look. So let's see how we're getting on down here with the lines. Supposed to depart at 4:30. Seems to be a little delayed. All the lines seem to be present still. Let's have a quick scan around the ship there. See what was going on. I think there's quite a few people on their balconies. T-shirts and sunglasses seem to be the attire required at the moment, and it does look rather wonderful there. There we go. There's a couple of shipmates there on the well deck. Let's have a look who's in the chat, shall we? Oh, lots of people in the chat. Oh, that's me busy. What's up? Oh, there, Mark G. Oh, there, Rab Nesbert. Yep, permission to come aboard granted, shipmates. Hello there, George Emmett says that Queen Victoria is one of the 2 Vista class cruise ships in Cunard's fleet. Yeah, we're absolutely right, shipmates. It's also the smallest in the Cunard fleet. I don't know if you heard that, but that was another massive crack of thunder. I'm feeling there's going to be a downpour where I am. Queen Victoria, built in 2007. Quite a bit smaller than Iona, we seem to be seeing a lot of lately. Only 2,081 passengers compared to Iona's sort of 5,500. 900 crew. It looks like quite a decent afternoon at the moment here in the port, but as I say, around the port, it's been absolutely torrential rain, massive floods all over the road, all over the place. With there, Marina Clark. And ahoy there, Rap Lister says, which dock is this? This is the Ocean Terminal. 46 berth here in the port of Southampton. But what else was going around? Should we just have a look over here? This is looking from Netley Cam. Yes, you can really see those. You can see in the distance. That's just a black pocket of rain. And these clouds are really shifting. I'll check on the weather in a second. Look over on Itching Cam. Yeah, lots more clouds that way. Dark pockets here and there. It's a very confused day. And here is Queen Victoria here in the 46 berth. Current weather forecast is, or current weather conditions, shall I say, 18-ish knots with a gusting to 19 knots and a temperature of 13 degrees C. 100% humidity. Yeah, it's got that real thought in the air, real sort of heaviness of impending. See, this is a good example. Impending thunder. But yeah, so this is from our Cow's Cam on the Isle of Wight. You can see the big black clouds over the Solent, causing a big shadow of the water there. And in the distance, you can see the sun. It's one of those days you don't know whether to wear a raincoat or hat and t-shirts. Let's go back and check on. I know I've already said ahoy shipmates. We don't need that again, do we? Another tremendous rumble of thunder. Looks like still waiting for the lines. It looks like they're going to get a great departure rather than potentially a soggy departure. But you can see the clouds white and black and thick, all rushing around all over the place. You can just about see Queen Victoria there above the car parks of the port of Southampton now. Ahoy there, Audionics. Ahoy there, Blue. Bay Blue, all right, excellent. Newish banners. He's on there to help to try and guide me through my lack of information, which he's helpfully done with a little note informing me of where the Queen Victoria is going. So thanks to that, Bay Blue shipmate. The Queen Victoria is off on a 16-night Northern European Scandinavian cruise via Gothenburg, Helsinki, Tallinn, Stockholm, Klaipeda. I'm not sure I know that one. Where's Gdansk and Copenhagen? There's a little problem here with cruise cam. Come on, cruise cam. What's the matter with you? Yeah, I think if I was on my balcony, I'd be prepared to dash in at any moment when there's April. No, it's not April, but it feels like April showers, that sort of weather. Boy, there, Adele Sharp says that their son is crew on Queen Victoria at the moment. Oh, one of the 900 crew on board. I hope he's having a jolly good time enjoying that. Boy, there, Ellie Money says we've got thunder and heavy rain up here in Swindon. Just managed to dodge the worst of it coming back. Well, the vets with the doggo, yes. Oh, well, I think it's across the whole of the south of England we've got this sort of awful weather. Oh, there, Martin Savage from sunny south coast of Ireland. Ahoy there, Sue Hawkins. And ahoy there, Elizabeth G. And ahoy there, Just Paula from Canada. Done. Ahoy there, Ellie Burley. I think I'm going backwards through the chat here. I'm not really doing it the right way. I should be going the other way, really. Ahoy there, Dinah B. Oh, there's Stuart Pannings. Just came off Victoria this morning. Had a great time to Madeira and the Canary Islands. Oh, yes, you definitely went the right way. Oh, looks like the lines are now being released. Well, they'll single up. They'll just have the single line attaching to the ship. And then it will, then she'll let that single line go and then power on out. Off, like I say, to the North Scandinavian, Northern European tour. Ahoy there, Diane Hayden says thunder and rain in Beckenham. Well, there's certainly loads of thunder here. I haven't got any rain yet. I don't know if we'll get the thunder in the port. I haven't got any sound on this camera. Got sound on the itching camera, that might pick it up. Ahoy there, Bradley Beaumont. Ellie Birdie says she's missing Bay Blue on the Warrior webcam. People don't half like to moan. Excellent. Yes, indeed. Oh, there, Heather Huzzle says, "G'day, Captain. Hope you enjoyed your trip." I did indeed, shipmates. It was a good trip. I've actually got some video that I took while on it. I did a couple of live streams. I will edit up the video. And more importantly, I did a tour of all the bars on board, which is no mean feat. I think there was 18 bars in total. That's an awful lot of bars to visit in one day. But we managed it. On our last day of the cruise, I visited every single bar. Somebody asked, which countries is this? This is Port of Southampton in the United Kingdom, or England, depending on your particular geographic preference. Ahoy there, Graham O'Neill says sunny in Manchester. And ahoy there, Gaming Infinity. Ahoy there, Carol P says very stormy in Essex. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that the south of England is currently experiencing storms, thunders. We're certainly getting, I'm about 10 miles north of Southampton at the moment. And we're getting a crack after crack of thunder at the moment. Someone just says, oh yeah, ahoy there, Raymond. Dixon says thunder and heavy rain in Dawlish. There we go. It's pretty consistent. Oh, there, Martin Evers says, "Oh, watching live from MSC Virtuos at Sea." Oh, well done, shipmate. Now that's a way to watch Solent Ships YouTube channel from a cruise ship at sea. Well, good job, shipmate. I hope the reception is clear, and I don't know what your weather conditions are like or whereabouts you are. Actually, I don't know if you're heading towards the south or if you're going up north. I know I could look and check, but for the minute I'll just make a guess. You're heading south. Oh, there, Deborah Speller says, best pub crawl ever. Well, if only I could remember it. She's talking about the fact that we visited all 18 bars on Iona. It was a challenge, but you know, the captain's always up for a challenge. Ah, yes, and excellent spanner. Stephen Joy have already filled in the information of where the broadcast is from. Thanks for that, shipmates. So I've just got single lines on the Queen Victoria at the moment, so it shouldn't be long before she releases that and should be on her way. If only Cruise Cam would continue to work. The weather is blasting across. Oh, here we go. Martin Evers. Yes, he's on. He's gone south, heading towards Vigo in northwest Spain. Thanks, shipmates. Yeah, I did wonder if you were on the cruise down to the sunnier climes. It's sort of sunny here today, but sunny with a presence of lots of rain. Let's have a look. What can we see over here? I'll zoom in. Yeah, we can't quite see Queen Victoria from this vantage point, but we'll see. As soon as she starts driving forwards, we shall see her. Oh, it looks all the lines are currently in, so Queen Victoria on the move. Can't see any movements yet. Oh, there, John Blabber says it's getting dark here in New Haven. It's getting dark here just north of Southampton. I'm amazed it's still sunny for Queen Victoria. It's very surprising. Oh, there. Michael Thomas says, good to you on a Tuesday. Hope you can do more historical walks. Oh, yeah, historical walks. Well, actually, tell you what, shipmate, now the weather's getting a bit better, I'll probably do a few more of those. It wasn't so easy when the weather's not been so good. Yes, I can definitely see Queen Victoria is moving now. As in typical fashion with all ships, you don't just start moving in the direction you need to go. You've got to move a little bit in the opposite direction to free yourself from the dock a bit, and then she'll be hitting the throttles to go dead ahead fast. You can see those clouds rushing over there. I'll have a quick check on that weather again. It does look very windy, doesn't it? Well, it's still around 18, 17 knots there. We're just incredibly lucky to have this patch of sun here. I'll have a look on the stern of the Queen Victoria, and you can see there's a whole host of shipmates there on the top deck. I noticed earlier when I was looking around that there's an awful lot of sunglassing wearing going on. It's definitely sunglasses weather. Yeah, they're all up there enjoying, looks like to me, some potentially rum-based cocktails as they're departing the port of Southampton on their way to Northern Europe and Scandinavia. Let's have a quick look. So yeah, so John, even though I pronounced his name wrong, Blabber. I think it's Blabber. I can't quite see. It's a very small screen here. Not always easy to see. It says I'm pronouncing his name wrong, and that's a bit cloudy. Somebody who's this here? Terry Slater. It says thunder here in Northampton, and he'll be there on June for a 12-night cruise on the Canaries on the Anthem of the Sea. Can't wait for that. Good for you, shipmates. That's an ideal place to be going. That seems very popular. The panel says you'll be on Britannia in October for transatlantic. Oh, yes. Now that's cruising in style. I wonder if you'll be going on the Queen Mary 2 there. Just Pamela. Oi there, Dennis J. says, watching from Shirley, and my head can sense the storm. Hearing rumbles now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm just north of Southampton, and we're getting a lot of rumbles here. And I know what you mean about sensing it. It's definitely something in the air. A few shipmates on their stern balconies there. There's quite a few on the top deck. Enjoying a cocktail or two, I would imagine. Well, you can see the weather coming in there in the distance in Forley. Look at that, it's completely covering some of those chimneys. But yet here we are with the Queen Victoria departing with absolutely gorgeous sun-bathed skies. You can just about see the train there on the bottom right corner picture. That's the Hythe Pier train. Takes you from the end of Hythe Pier to Hythe, saving you walking. I'm not sure quite how long Hythe Pier is. It's a good distance. I'd estimate maybe a quarter of a mile or something like that. Something in that order. Oh, there. Mary Alford says, evening from Houston, Texas, in the midst of a terrific thunderstorm. There we go. Thunder here in Port of Southampton, and also thunder in Houston, Texas. And he says, I've still got John Blabber's name wrong because he says it's with an A. Oh, it's Jan. Jan Blabber. Oh, that's what I've got wrong. Sorry about that, shipmate. She looks stunning, says shipmate Sarah Speller. I agree. This occasionally we get to these sorts of weather conditions where you'll have the ship in sun and you get the dark clouds behind. That really makes the colours of the ship pop, especially the lovely bright white superstructure and the dark blue hull. Red funnel on the mid-aft section. There we go. The red funnel. I always think that's particularly bright and sparkly looking. You can see even the water today has got an interesting hue to it as well. Quite a few shipmates out on their balconies, I can see. I haven't seen any waves. Oh, no, I was going to say I haven't seen any wavers yet. No, I thought I was a waver, but it's a seagull. I really do need to get a bigger monitor. It's rather odd, but the software I use for broadcasting gives me a window to preview, but it's not very big. Even on my reasonably sized monitor, it's quite small. I think the idea is you're supposed to have some sort of preview monitor. Boy there, Martin 1961 says rain and thunder in West Norfolk. And shipmate Graham O'Neill says sunshine in Manchester. Yeah, definitely it feels to me that it must be somewhere around the Midlands, must be the line for this thundery weather. South of the Midlands, we all seem to be experiencing lots of thunder and occasionally rain. I haven't had any rain the last hour or so, but earlier on this afternoon I managed to dodge a couple of really heavy downpours. I mean, so heavy the road was flooded. There's one roundabout that was closed. Unbelievable. April showers. Oi there, Elizabeth G says train. Yeah, got the train. Hythe Pier is 700 yards long. Well, thanks for that, shipmate Sottenbush. Oh, yeah, it is. Actually, it's out more than half a mile. No, it's about a third of a mile, isn't it? Oi there, Bay Blues. Oh, excellent spanner. Says that the Queen Victoria's passengers are too refined to wave. Oh, I'm sure there'd be a couple on there that'd like to wave, surely. believe that. We'll get to see Queen Victoria turn here. Get to see right down the decks. You can see the patch of sun there is more on the stern. Lovely there. See Queen Victoria Hamilton. Any wavers? No, can't see any wavers. Starboard side we're looking at the moment. It shall turn to port, and then we'll see down the port side. Well, there, Merry Officers, looking forward to a cruise out of Lisbon and terminating in Dover. I didn't know many cruises terminated in Dover, shipmate. Anyway, why aren't you terminating in the port of Southampton? You know it's the best. I'll zoom in a bit down here. We'll get to see right way down the decks. Just get some quite confused here. So hopefully we'd see somebody waving. I think this might be a zero wave cruise. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's an ideal opportunity for these shipmates on the stern to wave. Look at that. Got a clear view of them. See right down the port side balconies in a second. Perhaps we'll have some wavers on this side. Yeah, look at that. Gives you a really good impression here of how quickly this ship is turning. Immense manoeuvrability. Of course, to aid manoeuvrability, Queen Victoria is powered by a couple of azipods. So essentially they are propellers on pods underneath the ship. They can just point in any direction. There's no rudder to speak of. That gives them a massive manoeuvrability to thrust the ship in different directions. Can't see any wavers though. It's disappointing. As you can see, a fair number of shipmates out on their balconies. So we have a little yacht there coming in. I keep forgetting I've got some other cameras. Let me go and have a look at the other cameras. Let's get those looking in the right direction. Sometimes I'm not very good at all this multitasking. It's a bit much for me. So yeah, we can see over on Netleak, there we go. Just see Queen Victoria approaching the dock head. The other camera across as well. Not such a good view on Itchin Cam. I mean, I think Itchin Cam's generally got a good view, but at the moment, if you look on Itchin Cam, it's not too bad, but it's facing sort of right to the bright sun. It's not giving it the best of pictures. It still looks like a no waiver departure. I think the last time we streamed was with Iona a few weeks ago, and it was a relentless stream of waivers. I think probably the most we've ever had. Somewhere, I don't remember exactly, but it was somewhere in the region of 8 or 10 waivers. Very impressive. I don't think we've ever seen so many before. There we go. You can see that's the Hythe Ferry there on the left, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. And of course, that is the Queen Victoria in the centre, just passing the dockhead. She'll start to pick up speed, potentially get a little bit more smoky there. I think it's one of the regular commercial ships there on the ro-ros, taking vehicles from the port of Southampton and also delivering vehicles to the port of Southampton. Well, there's Sue Hawkins. There's black clouds in Thames Estuary. I think we could do a better weather forecast than the weather forecast, if you ask me. We've got enough eyes and ears around the country. Get lots of information. Well, Elizabeth G says that's a nice shot. I'll probably talk about me while I was shooting down the port side when it was spinning round. I hope so, anyway. Well, the soft says anyone using return of Ferry Cow just waiting for access, shipmates, unfortunately. It's just taking a little while. It's not necessarily easy, and I'm relying on, as it were, other people. Well, there, Deborah Speller says, would a tug help when conditions are rough? Yes, indeed, shipmates, you're absolutely right. We're currently seeing wind gusting towards the 20 knots mark. Well, there we go, 24 knots. When it sits, I'm not entirely sure of the actual speeds, but it seems to me, in my experience, once it's 25 knots or more, we often see a tug or two tugs assisting the departures of the ship. I don't think it's quite windy enough today. But yes, certainly when it's windier, you do see tugs. Oh, there, Michael Thomas says, Princess Cruises used to sail from Dover. The passengers from the USA would used to fly to RAF Manston near Margate. Oh, okay. Very interesting, shipmate. Thanks for that. Ah, yes, and Mark G has already filled in with the information that I rather slowly provided for you, shipmate. Let's have a quick look, see if I can do something with a different camera. Have a quick look on Itching Cam. See where's the ship gone? I've lost the ship. Nope, found it. Yeah, this is quite good. On Itching Cam, look at that. So we've got a 3-horse race here with Queen Victoria currently in the lead, closely followed by the Red Funnel Ferry, and trailing up behind is the Hyde Ferry. Place your bets. Place your bets. Trying to work out if the Red Funnel is closing the gap. I think the Red Funnel is closing the gap. It's difficult to tell with the angle of the cameras and things. Red Funnel, we normally be poodling down Southampton water around the sort of 14 knots mark, and the cruise ships are probably around the 12 knots mark, so I reckon there's a good chance the Red Funnel is going to go for the overtake. Perhaps employing a bit of slipstreaming technique here, ready to deploy the DRS in the passing zone that is the Orley Deepwater Pass. We can just about see between the grain towers at the end of the dockhead and the multi-storey car park at the bottom of the screen, and on the left, a little white block. That's one of the commercial ro-ro ships. We just see the Queen Victoria departing in between. Go back to the race, shall we? Let's see what's happening with this race. Oh, do you know what? I think the Red Funnel is getting closer. The Red Funnel is gaining. The Hythe Ferry is completely out of the race. He's already peeled off to Hythe Pier. Oh, the Rab Nesbitt says 10 quid on Red Funnel. I'd like to take your bet on that ship, mate, but I think that's the winning bet, personally. Well, there's Steve Mack says he's been on one racing the cruise ship, left it for dead. Yeah, it's true. I don't think the cruise ships go particularly fast when they're going down Southampton water, whereas Red Funnel's going flat out. Woolly Beef says, who's putting money on the Hythe Ferry? Well, you're definitely backing the outside favourite there, that's for sure. Steve Mack wants money on the Red Funnel, and so does Ellie Murley. Elizabeth G knows who her money is. I see there someone from Michigan. Who's that? Shipmate Andy Nichols from Plymouth, Michigan. Well, welcome aboard, shipmate. Pleased to have you in the chat. Shipmate Stephen Clark says it's sun in Havant. Sun in Havant. Yeah, see, we've got this little window here, just along the coast. Seems to be a bit cloudy on the Isle of Wight. Let's have a quick look. Yes, it's cloudy on the Isle of Wight. There's big clouds over the north of the Hampshire, but just here on the Solent, got a little space. So yeah, still got the sun here in the port. Oh, this afternoon, so I've been driving around this afternoon. We've had some horrendous. We've got two ferry race here. The ferries are ganging up on the cruise ship. Right, let's just move the Netley camera because I think as Queen Victoria makes her way down Southampton water, we'll get a better fit. No, it's not very good, is it? Oh yeah, this is the problem. I always forget different times of days and you get different problems. Should know better, really, shouldn't I? And yeah, unfortunately on Netley cam we're getting a silhouette. You see those dramatic clouds in the back there. It doesn't help to get a really good view of the ship, so does it? I'll go back to Itchin cam because that's currently sort of facing the other way down the water. It's getting a better view. I'll go all the way back to cruise cam in a second. Period being on cruise cam. Hoy there, anybody says, wow, look at the cloud tops. Oh, I think you're talking about these ones on Cow's Cam, aren't you? It's looking very fluffy. I don't know why, it's making me hungry seeing those big fluffy white clouds. Yum yum. Or there, Andy Nicole says, Mum's from Isle of Wight. Excellent shipmate. Oh, hi there, Scary 92 says, we'll be sailing on Sky Princess on Saturday. We'll give you a wave if you're live. Oh, excellent shipmate. Yeah, we'll probably be live, I should think. So please give us a wave. Sky Princess, I think I might be going on Sky Princess. There is a conference ship, a cruise ship conference coming up at the end of this week. I shall be attending and visiting quite a few ships. I think Red Funnel has eased off the gas here. Get a slightly different view here. Yep. Can't see Red Funnel. Oh, that's a surprise. I thought Red Funnel was in it for the win. Well, I hope you're enjoying these live streams, shipmates, and if you are and you'd like to support the channel, please do think about subscribing. Take the little click there somewhere. Hit the subscribe button, doesn't cost a penny, and it just helps support the channel. I noticed the other day we went past 40,000 subscribers. Just like to thank everyone who has subscribed for doing so. And of course, thanks to all the blue spanners that we have on board for doing such an excellent job of providing me with information in the chat and answering all your questions. Hi there, Marina Claire says she remembers the red truck on Ferry Cam. Oh yes, red truck bingo. Yeah, we could do with that again. Hopefully not too long. See, there's quite a difference here. So this is cruise cam. It looks like quite a distance there, doesn't it, between Queen Victoria and the Red Funnel. But if we look on Itchin cam, it looks like a bit of a closer race, doesn't it? I think the Red Funnel has pulled up, maybe nervous of the forthcoming hurdles, perhaps. Well, at least the weather has supplied the guests on board the Queen Victoria with a sunny departure from the port of Southampton. We didn't get wet. Unlike myself the other day when I departed, just as I was about to go live, had a bit of a heavy downpour. My laptop's not very good in the rain. That was the end of that. To be more thoughtful next time. Oh, yeah, Martin Savage says that Vessel Finder showing them both. Oh, yeah, we could have a look on Vessel Finder, couldn't we? Oh, yeah, it's quite close. I'll go to Vessel Finder, and you can see it's the trouble with the cameras. They all look in slightly different angles. It's very confusing. So there you go. So this is the Queen Victoria, currently motoring at 11.3 knots, and then the Red Eagle motoring at 8.3 knots. Seems to have knocked her speed back a bit. There is only... Where that is that a... Oh, that's a rescue boat. Looks like a handball rescue or cow shop rescue. The only place the ships can pass each other, big ships, is here. This is the Forley Deep point. That's where the ships can pass. Otherwise it's too narrow for big ships to pass. Yeah, it's still terrific looking skylines out there. I think slowly the Queen Victoria is leaving the sunny port of Southampton. Go back to Netley Cam. There we go. There we go. Then view from Netley. Ellie Merley's still willing for the red funnel to pick up the pace. I wouldn't be surprised, shipmate, if the red funnel starts to make a move as we're getting closer. Oh, actually, no, red funnel's dropped speed to 7.4 knots now. In fact, so has Queen Victoria dropped her speed to 10 knots. Quick look at that, shall I show you there? So, yeah, Queen Victoria currently 10 knots. And then 7.4 knots for Red Eagle. No other traffic that I can see, unless there is something to do with the lifeboat. Maybe being cautious with lifeboats. If the lifeboat's in the water on a job. Boy, there's Scary 92 says money's on the rescue boat. Yeah, the rescue boat definitely have the best performance there. That's for sure. I'll keep an eye out for the rescue boat, actually. We might see it. It's down there somewhere. I'll have a look on cruise cam while you're watching Queen Victoria on this camera. No, I can't really see anything hidden by Queen Victoria. I'll show you what I mean. I think the rescue boat is pretty much behind the Queen Victoria. Netley Cam here is hosted very generously by Netley Cliff Sailing Club, and then the Itchin Cam, which is further up the river to the port of Southampton, hosted by Southampton Sailing Club. Generously provided us with coverage. And I think if I go to cruise cam, I think that is the rescue boat there. I think just left far screen going in front of the bow. Let's just check that, shall we? Can I check that? Yeah, that would be Solent Rescue 1, I think. Yeah, Solent Rescue 1, we're just seeing it from this sort of view all the way down there. I would think there is a lifeboat station at Cowshot Spit, so I'm imagining Solent Rescue 1 comes from Cowshot. There we go, back in the picture there. That's why the reduced speed for the vessels. It's 8.8 knots now for Queen Victoria. 7.4 for Red Funnel. They really have gone slowly. I think there's possibly an incident somewhere, and for safety they just slow down a touch. Get a good view from Netley Cam as the Queen Victoria passes the Frawley depot with all the oil tankers there. Well, there, Martin Savage says, anywhere in Southampton that merchandise can be purchased? I mean, merchandise for the channel? No, I think you can buy... there is some on my website. To be honest, it's something I need to look into. Been distracted with other things at the moment and I've experienced some problems. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking of setting up a shop somewhere. Ah, excellent. Daniel Sands there says that the Solent Rescue 1 is operated from Leap Beach. Independent lifeboats. Oh, yes, thank you for that, shipmate. Very helpful. Leap Beach, if you don't know. Yeah, it's going around the corner to Leap Beach. I'll show you where Leap Beach is. So Solent Rescue 1 is here. And then Leap Beach is here. So it's going around the Solent a bit, past Cowshot and to Leap Beach. There we go. I don't quite know why that was around there. Hopefully no major problems. Oh, there, Martin says, oh, postage to Ireland attracts customs and additional VAT charges. Oh, gosh, yes. What of an EU problem, that. Yes, I suppose I should set up a little kiosk at the cruise ship terminal, shouldn't I? As people are boarding. Have a little booth at the end of Ocean Terminal. Well, we've got the Ada Sol departing later this evening. Got to be live streaming that with a ship TV broadcast, mainly because it's quite a bit later. Sometimes if there's there's a gap between the ships, I'll leave the broadcast going, but I think there's a big gap. I can't remember correctly. I think it was 8:30, was it 10:30? It was quite late. $9:30. Yeah, I didn't get it right at all. Yeah, so the Age of Souls at 9:30. And then tomorrow we have the MSC Posia. The Deutschland from Alpha Anchorage. Then on the 11th we have the Norwegian Star. And on the 12th we have Balmoral, Anthem of the Seas, MSC Virtuosa, Britannia. 13th of May, we have Borealis, Celebrity Silhouette, Sky Princess, Iona. Then on the Sunday, Norwegian Dawn, Anthem of the Seas, Arcadia, Arvia. It's getting quite busy. You can tell the season is started. The weather condition's good. We can live stream more readily now as it's lighter in the morning, lighter in the evening. Much better for the picture quality. And there's a lot more activity. Now, like I say, shipmates, do think about subscribing if you do enjoy the content, and you'll be notified when we go live next time. Sometimes I don't have much notice if I'm busy doing other things, working, whatever. Sometimes I can get back to my cabin for a broadcast, and other times I can't. You can see Queen Victoria's just making the turn now. Like that's got to see that's completely clear now. Earlier on, as we started the broadcast, you couldn't see the Isle of Wight. It disappeared into some cloudy nonsense. Just to the right of the centre of the screen and to the right of Queen Victoria, you can see the tower of Ryde Parish Church. Boy there, Joe says, need to sell giant foam hams waving from your biz captain. Yeah, that's true. That would be good. Daniel sounds following up the information on the lifeboats earlier, saying that handball Gaffiers, Solent, Freshwater, Sandown, Shanklin, and Rye all have independent licenses. Oh, there, Glenn Cox says many thanks, and it's also sunny in Weston-super-Mare. Well, I hope you're enjoying the Weston-super-Mud. I shall follow Quay Victoria for a touch longer while she's navigating down Southampton water, but I'll show you. I'll tell you what, I'll show you on the map, shall I? Show you on the map. She's going right past the Ferry refinery as we speak. There you go. Here's the Ferry refinery, and these are the tankers. These are the orange ones, are the tankers. That's quite a big one, I think. Oh, no. There we go. Sword. Big one, that is. So Queen Victoria 7.8 still reduced speed. And what is the Red Eagle at? Red Eagle's about the same speed. Yeah. Right. Till next time, shipmates.